Time now to turn to matters on the rails. 6 months of public consultation on the proposed high-speed rail line between London and Birmingham begins today. Jerry Marshall is chairman of AGAST, Action Groups Against High Speed 2. He's in our Birmingham studio. And Julie Mills is director of Green Gauge 21, a group that campaigns for high-speed rail. She's in Brighton. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Julie Mills, first of all, you must feel the wind is in your sails, if that's the right phrase to use, because there's a poll out today which suggests there are many more people in favour than against.
Well, it's a very exciting time. We're waiting for the details from government today on the consultation for High Speed 2, and it's going to be a great project for this country.
Jerry Marshall?
Well, I think the problem is that the economic case absolutely doesn't stack up, and there's a much better and cheaper alternative. The economic case, the benefits are inflated in a couple of ways through a ludicrous demand forecast, way higher than Network Rail. And then the benefits are also inflated by assuming that business people are completely unproductive when they're on a train, and therefore the time savings when you reduce the time on the train produces massive benefits. But of course, you know, we all get out our laptops and connect up with the wireless and use our time very productively. And of course there is this much better alternative, Rail Package 2. It's been a bit covered up by the government, but it produces a 135% increase in capacity, far more than we need.
And that would just be an update of the existing line?
It's dealing with 7 pinch points and new rolling stock, so massive increase in capacity for a much lower cost.
Julie Mills?
Well, actually, I think there is a very good business case for High Speed 2, and getting back to why we ultimately need it, it's about delivering the extra capacity we need for our transport systems, and it delivers far more capacity than an upgrade of the existing network can do.
Yeah, but the point Jerry Marshall made there, he made two important points. Number one, that the figures actually are wrong that the government is using. They've been way too generous to those who are in favour of high-speed rail. And the other point that he makes is actually you could do up the existing lines.
Well, all the studies published to date show that high-speed rail does have a really good business case, and that's been going back through the 2000s. I've been working on this since about 2001, and actually High Speed 2 will deliver far more capacity than upgrading the existing network can do, and it'll do that without the disruption that's already been experienced on the West Coast Main Line. We've upgraded that line over the last decade. It took £9 billion. We had 10 years worth of disruption. The people living along that line don't want to repeat that again.
Jerry Marshall, that's an important point about disruption, isn't it?
I agree, it was a lousy project, very badly managed, but this will be a much more specific. It doesn't cover the whole line, it's just particular pinch points. And the load factor on the trains after putting in RP2 would be lower than the load factor on HS2. So there would actually be more capacity using RP2.
And there will as well, Julie Mills, I'm sure you'd accept, be quite a lot of disruption caused by these existing seasons. And not just disruption along the site of where the line is going to be put, but disruption at both ends as well.
Well, there'll be some disruption, but we don't believe it'll be anywhere near as much as upgrading the existing network. And actually, High Speed 2 is going to deliver a lot of benefits that upgrade of the existing railway won't deliver. It's going to reduce journey time substantially, not just between London and Birmingham.
Well, hang on a second, it's half an hour, isn't it, between London and Birmingham?
Well, actually, I think it's less than that, if I can say that. It's only 11 minutes less than Sir Richard Branson reckons that Virgin will manage to Birmingham by the time that HS2 actually starts.
Well,
Julie Mills, what's your figure? Let's try to agree on at least a figure for the time we're going to save on a journey to Birmingham. Julie Mills, what's yours?
Sir Richard Branson can't achieve those journey time reductions unless there's more capacity available to do that. The line's already full up. You can't operate the trains any faster than they're going at the moment.
But the saving in time. Sorry, the saving in time is between 10 minutes and half an hour. Are we agreed on that?
No, it's at least half an hour. Actually, the government projections based on a lot of detailed modelling by engineering consultants, Arup and Atkins, show that 30 minutes at least is the journey time.
Jerry Marshall, in a word, can you get a U-turn on this from the government?
We will do. Our fear is that it'll be into the next government, and this will be a Nimrod project, and we'll have squandered billions of pounds on it before finally the government comes to its senses.
Jerry Marshall, Julie Mills, thank you both very much.